Hey guys, so as promised, I came back with another video and I'm going to be explaining what it is that had made such a big change in my life and why I was referencing something in one of my past videos, which I'll link here up above. But yes, based on the thumbnail and the title of this video, it is true. I did drop out of UCSD. That's not clickbait, it's real. And I'm going to explain to you why and what I'm planning to do now that I am not attending any sort of school for getting my bachelor's. But while I do that, I'm also going to be doing my makeup so we can do all of this together. It's true, I decided to drop out of UCSD. And it's not that I hated UCSD. I actually really liked my school. It's a really great school. My issue was that I was already debating going to graduate school. And for a degree like psychology, a bachelor's is kind of just useless without a master's. And that would have been another 2 to 3 years of school and extra debt. And already with UCSD, I was paying about $38,000 a year. And that just didn't make sense. And then for the second year, because I'm a transfer student, or I was only paying for 2 years of tuition. But the first year I paid, it was about $38,000, and then they wanted to charge me $38,000 again for the second year, and that's not even covering the cost for housing, which I thought it did, because that's why I went and got the RA position, so that I wouldn't have to pay extra money for housing and then the dining plan. But yeah, so I was looking at the tuition and they were really trying to screw me over by not giving me any sort of financial aid. My tuition to the exact dollar amount was $38,772. And they're like, no loan. The only thing they gave me was $10,000, which, oh, that sounds like a lot, $10,000, but that's still $28,000 I had to pay out of pocket. And I had emailed the financial aid office and I was like, I don't have that kind of money sitting in my bank account. And I'm coming from a single income household. So after 2 weeks, they finally got back to me and they're like, okay, here's a $7,000 loan. Okay, now what do I do about the $21,000 that's left? It didn't make sense, and I could honestly keep going back and forth with financial aid like I did last year, which is how I was able to attend. But in the end, I was like, you know what? I'm going to graduate in June, so I had less than a year left. And yeah, that's all great, but already I'm planning to not go for grad school. So my bachelor's would kind of be useless. What would be the point of me doing that and going into all this debt if I'm not even going to pursue it? So I withdrew my attendance at UCSD. And again, nothing against the school itself, because I did love all my professors and the friends I made there. The school itself is great. I did love genuinely attending UCSD. It just didn't work out for me this time around. You're probably thinking, oh, Nadia, you're crazy. You're not going to get anywhere without a degree, because that's what everyone is saying that you need. In life, you need a degree in order to get a good job that pays you well with benefits, and so you have a stable income and all of this. But if you look at it, who are all of these crazy rich people like Elon Musk and Bill Gates? But all these people were able to go and create great things and have very nice lives and be very wealthy because they were very motivated and driven to do well. They didn't need a degree telling them where they can and cannot work and to get a safe paying job. They took a risk. And so I figured, you know what? I'm ready to invest in myself. I can put that time aside. I can hold myself accountable and get the work done. After talking with my family, we decided that I am going to go ahead and withdraw from UCSD, and I am going to spend the next year or so just working on my own things. And worst case scenario, if I need to, I can go back to UCSD. My withdrawal, when I put it on, it said, oh, are you planning to come back? And I put down possibly coming back fall of 2024. So if it doesn't work out, I do have that option. But honestly, the way I'm going, I'm planning to not go back. What I'm doing now is I am working 2 jobs, but I'm pretty certain that within the next month, 2 months, I'll be able to quit my second job, my part-time job at the restaurant where I work as a hostess, and just completely go into my sales job, which I did mention in my previous video. So what I'm doing is I got into sales, and what this is that it's 1099, so I don't get paid hourly at all. It's purely based on how much I'm able to sell, and I do go door to door. But the thing is, with every appointment I set up and my closer is able to close the deal for every one, I get a $1,000 commission. And that's pretty good. And let me just say, I've only been working with this company for about a week and a half now, and I've already made $1,000. It's not like I completely gave up on education completely. While I am still pursuing a type of education, it's just not a general education that you get from a university with a degree. Instead, what I'm doing is I went and enrolled in some online courses that will teach me about the stock market, crypto, real estate, and all these really great things that teach you financial literacy, which I think is more important to know than just getting stuck into a very specific field like with psychology, or where I could then subspecialize into like developmental psychology for kids. So what this does is it allows me to learn how to make money, and once I have enough money, how to make that money then work for me, so eventually I can just pull back. The reason I'm working so hard on my YouTube channel as well, so that eventually what I can do is become monetized, and with that money I can create a source of passive income. So while I'm working, then I have this passive income coming from my YouTube channel and my Instagram. And then secondly, once I make money off of that job and I invest it into the stock market and things go up, and when I play it everything right, especially after I learn it, then I can take my profits from there and then invest it into real estate, and from my real estate create a second form of passive income. So the plan is it's going to take a few years. I'm planning on working really hard for the next 4 to 5 to make things grow and just to get myself in a state where I can be very comfortable. Would I recommend everyone drop out of school and do this? I mean, if you can hold yourself accountable and go after and learn these things, because honestly with the 1099, with this sales job, I don't have a schedule. I have to send myself out there. I have to decide, okay, from 2 to 8, that's when I'm going to be knocking on doors and talking to people and trying to sell something. So you have to hold yourself accountable. And if you know that you're not good at it, you need someone to tell you where to be at what time, and you need someone to just tell you, this is what I need you to do, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend this route to everyone. It's just because now that I have withdrawn from school, I have to get myself together. So I have literally no other option but to hold myself accountable. And something that's really helpful is that my family is supportive of my choice. My mom supports that I decided to go off on my own and try to learn what I can to become more successful than I would be with a master's degree. With a master's degree in psychology, I can make maybe $60,000 to $70,000 in a year. Like, for example, just from sales. Let's say I did want to just stop at the sales gig. It is not uncommon for someone who is selling solar, which is what I'm doing, who's selling solar to make $20,000 to $30,000 in 1 month. So if you do the mathematics just there, I could make more with this job without a degree than I could with a master's degree in psychology. So already it makes sense just to do this. So yes, I know, very shocking. I'm going against the grain of society where since elementary school you're told, make sure you study well so you can get good grades, so that when you get good grades you can go to a good college, and from a good college you can get a good job. Okay, I also had to do my eyeliner off camera just because I couldn't do it with this tiny little camera, and then the mirror I have here is too small, so I had to do it off camera. But I have to say that it's been a good 2.5 weeks since I submitted my withdrawal form from UCSD. And when I submitted and I clicked the button to withdraw, I have to say that I was scared I was making a mistake. I was terrified because, like I said, it's just what I was taught is the right path, and that is the safest route in order to ensure a good future. So doing that, it was really scary, and it was a very big step. But I don't regret it at all, and in fact I'm actually very happy I did it because I feel like I have a lot more control over what I'm going to be doing in my own life. So with the solar company that I've been working with, they've all been very kind to me. I'm the youngest one there right now, but everyone is super kind and they're very patient with me when I have questions. But the thing that I feel most at home with is that I see other people on my team having the same level of motivation as me to do well. They all are there to make money and to learn how to, just have a good life without having to pursue an education. My manager there, he makes a lot of money from selling solar, and without mentioning any sort of names, I can tell you that the number he kind of gave me that he makes in a year is about $400,000, whereas the other managers might make maybe $150,000 in a year, and that is without a master's degree. This is for the kind of job where you don't need any college degree to get started, and then you can work your way up the ladder. So if you wanted to just get into solar sales or just sales period, and you don't want to go and invest in a degree, this could be a way to do it. I really enjoy what I do right now with the solar company. It was very nerve-wracking to start going door to door because I had all these bad thoughts. As a girl, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get kidnapped or people are going to be really mean to me. And I just had all these insecurities. But the more I did it, the more at ease I felt. It becomes a lot easier as you do it. And the insecurities I had in the beginning, I don't have them anymore. Sometimes when I'm going to a new area and I'm by myself, I get a little nervous. But when I started in a big group, and we would go out together and go to different areas of residency together, and it just was a lot. It put my mind at ease when I went in a group, and I really did like it. And a lot of the people are actually very, very nice. If they're not interested, they're usually like, no, not interested, thanks. And then you just kind of continue on. You kind of learn to gauge someone's interest in what you're trying to sell. So that would be it for this video. This is the makeup look for the day. Super simple. This is my daily makeup, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. But if you think that this is very shocking, but you definitely want to see more content about me explaining what I'm doing now that I'm not going to school, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe button, and hit that bell icon for future notifications when I update about what I'm doing. Thank you.